of lashon hara, lishna bisha, bad talk. So Rabbi Amar, it's supposed to be Rabbi, going to Amar ikanura be planya. Rabbi says, someone says that there's fire, there's a cooking going on in so and so's house. Amalei Abaya Maikav, well, that's a problem. Gilim Milsabam, we're saying where to get a match. That's not a lashon hara. Ela demapik b'lishna bisha. He says it in a negative way. Damar hechem ishtakachnu. He says, where can I find fire? Ela be planya is in so and so's house. Dika bisra v'kavri, because over there they're cooking meat and fish. They're gluttonous over there. If he says it in a negative way, then that's considered lashon hara. Over there they're always cooking. What he means to say is over there they're always eating, which is negative. Amar Rabba, kol misl de mesamber ba'api mara lesbim shum lishna bisha. Rabba says anything that could be said in front of the person that you're talking about, that's not lashon hara. If you would go and say it in front of him, then you're fine. Amalei, it's supposed to be Amalei Abaya, I think. Amalei Abaya says to Rabba, kolshkin chutzpah v'lishna bisha. Over there it's even worse. Over there it's chutzpah and lashon hara. Just because the guy says I don't care, I would say it to his face. That doesn't mean it's not lashon hara. That's two negative traits now. Amalei, it says Anak Rabbi Yosi svirle. I hold like Rabbi Yosi. Or I'm referring to what Rabbi Yosi says. Dem Rabbi Yosi mi'amalei amarti davar v'chazarti la'acher. I never said anything that I had to turn back to see if someone was listening, that I shouldn't get in trouble. So careful that he never said anything that I would have to think about this. Did someone overhear me? Amar Rabba bar Rav Huna. Rabba says, in the name, Rabba the son of Rav Huna says, Kol milsa de mesamra bapi plus, anything that the person himself said it in front of three people, less b'mishum lishon bisha. Then it's not lashon hara. We're up on the top of here. My time, what's the reason? Because the person himself told it over. So chavrisla, the friend has a friend. The chavrach, and the friend's friend, chavrisla, also has a friend. So he told it over to three people, he already spread it out himself. It's not lashon hara. This is probably the heter for the newspaper. Probably. Newspaper is lashon hara. But probably because three people know it. Or, I don't know. I shouldn't ask such a basic question, right?
You ever heard the question, how do three people keep a secret? Two are dead.
Yeah. Kiyasser Rav Dimi. When Rav Dimi came, you see, when the Chafetz Chaim wrote his book on lashon hara, so people said, we don't want to read this, we're not going to be able to talk. So he said exactly the opposite. Now you will be able to talk, because you can't say anything until you know all the laws. And now you'll know what you're allowed to say. So he switched it around. What is the meaning of the pasuk? Mevarich re'eh b'kol gadol. It's the pasuk in Mishlei. He blesses his friend with a loud voice. B'boker hashkim. He rises early. Klala tichashav, consider it a curse. What is this referring to? Going to mikla l'shpisa. He goes to a hotel or an inn, someone's house, he's staying there. V'tarchu kamishaper, and they really work hard for him. They treat him very well, like royalty. And Lamacha, the next day, Napik Yaseb B'shuk, he goes out to the marketplace. V'amar, Rachmana Nevarich Leplani. He says, the Eibishter, the merciful one, should bless so-and-so, the Hachi Tarach Kamai, because he did such a good job for me, he treated me so well. Shami Inshin, people here, V'azlan V'ansenle, they go and they take advantage of him, they force him, or he tells it to the wrong people. Everyone sees that he has money. They rob him or something. Tani Rav Dimi, Achvei de Rav Safra. Rav Dimi, the brother of Rav Safra, taught, you should never speak good about your friend. Because when you say good, it comes to negative.
You guys are all terrible.
No, what it means is, you say, the people of this and this community are so good. They say, oh, yeah, let me tell you how good they are. They're not so good. And then the other person, has this retort that they're really not, right? So you started with a praise, but the person listening says, oh, no, they're not. So when you brought out that they should respond. Ikad Amri, there are some that say, Rav Dimi Achbed Rav Safra Chalash. Rav Dimi, the brother of Rav Safra, was ill. Al Rav Safra l'shiyuli bey. Rav Safra went to visit him. Al means he went in. Or he went out, went in, I think. He went in to ask of him, which means to be mevaker, to visit. Amar lei, it's probably supposed to be. He said to him, yes, Teisili, it should come to me, which means I should get better, I think. The kaimi kol madam rabbanon, because I fulfilled everything the rabbi said. Why am I ill? I shouldn't have this. Amalei mekaimes leilam al yisapar adam b'tevas shel chaverish tevas bal deignusi. So the rabbis are very strict about this. You even kept that you didn't say anything positive about anyone, so that people don't come to say negative. Amalahu. So Rav Dimi, the Rav Safra's brother, tells to Rav Safra, Leishmili, I never heard that. I'm not supposed to do that. However, V'yavi Shmili, but if I would have known that, Kiyamte, I would have kept that as well. So he's saying why you should get better. He didn't have any violations. Amar Rav Shmuel bar Nachmani, Amar Rav Yonason. It says Rav Yechanan, it's always Rav Yonason. Al Shiva Devarim Nagam Bayim. And seven things, leprosy comes. The people that study Kabbalah, whenever it says seven, they always associate it with the spheres. You have a job. You have to figure out which sphere each one corresponds to. Of course, it's what are the seven things that cause leprosy? Lashon hara. First one is for gossip. Al shvichas damim is murder. Al shvuas shav, on a oath, false oath, swearing falsely. Al gili arayas, for adultery. Val gasa seruach, for haughtiness. Val agesel, for stealing. Val tsarasayan, and for stinginess. This is tough. It's not as easy as.
How do you just what?
You got to figure it out. I would assume shvichas damim is either gevura or netzach. You have homework. Lashon hara. What is lashon hara referring to? How do we know that you get tzaras because of that? Iksiv milashni b'sei serei o isei atzmis. This we learned earlier today. He speaks slander in secret. Him I will cut off. And atzmis we said was associated with lashon hara. Al shvichas damim, murder. Iksiv bal yikaris mi beis Yoav zavu metzora. This was Yoav killed Avner. Remember, Shaul dies. Avner goes over to David's side, and Yoav, who Yoav was the Goyal Adam. Avner killed Yoav's brother. So Yoav hears that Avner was by David asking for peace. He thinks that it's some trick, and he goes and he kills Avner. And then David was so upset. What did you do? He came for peace, and you went and you killed him. So Yoav gets a curse that he's going to be a Metzora. There'll always be a Zav and a Metzora from. So this is associated with the murder of Yoav, that Yoav kills Avner. Val Shua Shav the Ksiv Naaman. That it says Vayomer Naaman Hayol Kach Kikarim Ksiv Etzras Naaman Tidbakbach. What happened was Naaman comes to Elisha to get cured from his tzaras, and Elisha doesn't take any payment. But Gehazi, who's the servant of Elisha, runs after Naaman and says, "My master sent me to get payment," and he takes the payment. So Naaman says, "Swear to me that he sent you." He swears. When Elisha finds out, so he says the tzaras on Naaman should go on Gehazi, his children. Those are the four Mitzrayim, right?
He bless him.
Okay, Valgil Harayas, in an adultery, the Ksiva Yinaga Hashem is pari Nagoim, this is by Sarah.
After all those three people become very rich.
Oh, interesting. It says that Pari gets tzaras when he took Sarah. While Gasas Ruach Hordiness, the Ksiva B'chaskasi Gavali Bayad the Hashkas V'yimal B'Hashem Alekov. This is talking about the father. It's talking about Uzziah. Uzziah fought a lot of battles, and he wanted to bring the Ketairas. And he goes out, he brings the Ketairas, and the Kohen Gadol says, "You're not a Kohen, you're not allowed to do this." But he was so haughty, and immediately tzaras breaks out on his fard. But tzaras zorcha b'mitzchay. Balagezel, stealing, the ksiva tiva kain apinas abayas. The kain commands and they empty the house. What does that have to do with?
The same thing when they went to, when the Jew came to Eretz Israel, you find the tzarat on the batim that what the Knaanim, with the zahav kesef.
Yeah, it's interesting because that isn't associated with a sin. Here we're associating tzaras with a sin. That's a blessing. We'll have to figure that out. Here,
Some people could do tshuva before they got to
the Tana says, "Who kainis mam and sheina shalai." He collected money that's not his. In other words, he took money. He gathered money that Yavi Akain v'Fazer money. The kain comes and empties out the house. While tzarasain and stinginess, tiksiv v'shalei abayas. That he comes to the owner of the house and they have to empty the house. V'tanad be Rabbi Shmuel mishim yuchad beis Eily. That the one that he kept all his items for himself. He never lent anything. He gets tzaras. Eini is at Sov Amar Abanani Bar Sasin. This is an interesting one. I'm not familiar with this name. Lama Nisra Parshas Big Dekuna Parshas Karbanis. Let me stop over here. Let's do this because this is gonna take us through. Okay.
Rabbi,
Yes.
how do you tell the difference between stingy and frugal?
Okay.
I'm asking.
Oh, I thought there was an answer there.